Okay. Brand new day. Even though technically I uploaded my previous episode in the very near morning of today. Hopefully it won't be like that today. So, ah, brand new content. Let's go. With that exchange, Olivia and I get ready for class. I think we left off after Kiara and Lunara. Wow, their names rhyme. They just had a talk with us. Apparently about our magnum opus. Oh god. As was the norm by now, Mr. Anakin began class with some violent abuse of school property. Good morning, good morning. I probably need to close my door. Now settle down, we've got some announcements to go over. Sat back in my seat, slowly feeling out the spot where Olivia smacked me to check. Yep, bruise. Sheesh. As the pale Pterodon continued on reading from the announcement sheet like he did every day, I found myself lost in my own thoughts. Nothing else really happens that I consider out of the ordinary. Things that are new, like the school itself, are finally starting to become mundane. Lunchtime. Later at lunch, I'm rattling off my best stand-up to Olivia while Damon's out getting seconds, of course. Liz had retreated to her usual spot in the rafters. And then he says, God damn! God damn! Olivia's hand flies her to... What? Olivia's hand flies to her nose, trying and failing to contain the snort-filled laughter. It sets off a chain reaction as my own laughter spills over my mouthful of cheap school burger. Hopefully it actually tastes good. Not some Michelle Obama shit. Ha! God, you suck at comedy, Inko. At least in effort. Olivia drinks greedily from her canteen to alleviate her sore vocal cords. Me every day after reading this. Is that why you're all out of breath? It was a pity laugh. Addictive photography. You got a better one? The mood is slow to settle, but once Olivia has caught her breath, she speaks with a snide smile. In fact, I do. So a Triceratops, a T-Rex, and a Rhino Rex find a lamp. Her mouth clamps shut and eyes go wide. Perfect. I was looking for you two. Olivia casts her eyes down to her lunch, spearing her mystery meat roughly with a talon. Hey, Ben, what's up? I figured I'd come by and congratulate you on your submission entry. This again? I mean, it is my best piece, but all the praise for it is still surprising. It's exhilarating, all these compliments and everything. Thanks, man. Hey, maybe I'll be the winner of the contest. What do you think, Olivia? The green gator girl flinches. Ben shakes his head. Also, Olivia, great to catch you here. Principal Scalar wanted me to remind you that you need to clean up after yourself. Leaving messes in class can disrupt students in other periods. Scalar said that? Why not tell Olivia herself? She's busy, and tired of reminding you. Damn. Olivia scoffs at the mention of our principal. It keeps her mouth firmly closed. Must not be that important then. Inko, I just spent my entire second period cleaning up her mess because she's not taking anything seriously. I'm not supposed to be Scalar's errand boy. I'm certainly not supposed to be a personal janitor. Well, too bad, 'cause you just fucking became one, femboy. That weird pause in music. I'm left to frown at Olivia giving Ben the silent treatment. Was it wrong of me to think she'd be more open with everyone else like she's with me? Do you know how hard it is to scrub baking soda out of the carpet once it's dried? Can you just try not to make the other people's lives harder? Ben, what the hell? I didn't mean it like that. I went too far, sorry. I mean, he's not wrong. You gotta clean up your mess, even if you're bound. Wait, she has white wheels? I didn't notice that. Olivia tries shooting me an indifferent gaze. It cracks a bit into embarrassment when I don't return it. Ben's comment is completely uncalled for. I can't just stand around if she's not even going to defend herself. Come on, Ben. Leave her alone. My point being, Olivia, this is completely ridiculous. I expect better from you. Expect? How can you have expectations for her? I feel like she won't like you after this, my guy. I came out a little wrong, yes. Well, I expect her to do the bare minimum and not waste my time. Real. Oh, bye! Olivia doesn't even bother looking at Ben. Instead, she's looking at me with that sad face till it quietly wheels away from us. I think I went a little too far there. Man. One. Just one. He pinches his brow and sighs. And I'm left standing here with the student council president. I wonder what I had done that earned me Olivia's ire just now. That bad? Mia really wanted me to have lunch with her today. She's definitely going to give me an earful after school. He glances at his phone and grimaces at the notifications. Spoke too soon. She's giving me one right now. Well, should probably grab your lunch while there's still time. Ben glances up at one of the clocks in the lunchroom. There's only about 10 minutes of lunch left. Ah, you're right. But the lines usually closed 5 minutes ago. His fist hammers his palm in Epiphany, there you go. Oh, you used the vending machines out there. Anything good? I've been enjoying the Atomic Hot Taquito. Taquitos recently. We got in-universe Cheetos, boys. But Damien tells me he's a bigger fan of bitter melon bites. Bitter melon it is. I don't think my tail could handle that amount of what? Capsaicin? Whatever that ingredient's supposed to be. Ben gets up from his seat. Alright, I'll go check it out. Let's... One of his feet gets caught in the stool. He stumbles head first. Right into Damon's tray, stacked high with mystery meat. Ah, lovely. He faceplants right through the tray and onto the floor. Nah, that's fucked. On the bright side, the mystery meat cushions his fall. Ugh. Do you at least believe in the 5-second rule or whatever? On the dark side of the force, the mystery meat cushions his fall. Oh, nice. Repetition. Whoa, Ben, you alright? Damn. Got a nigga with a phone here. Yeah, you're just surrounded, man. I jump from my seat and go to help him up. Bleh. Instinctively, I took a look around the cafeteria. All eyes are on us. I already hear it starting. Various murmurs about the safety of the student council president. Murmurs that start breaking into jeers. I know how this song and dance goes. It's over for Ben. It's over, man. It's so over. He gets up and dusts off his blazer. Not exactly what I meant from when I said meet and greet, Damien. Yeah, you're right. Sorry. Oh no, not this again. What? Okay. Oh damn, oh, I just noticed Liz just left. Damn. So she was here the whole entire time. Also, have I even heard of this soundtrack before? I guess we can call it lo-fi. All of a sudden, the entire attitude of the cafeteria shifted before my eyes. The jeers were deflected into a general amusement that permeated throughout the room. One of the nearby students stands up and hands him a few napkins to wipe his face off. Hey, thanks. How does he manage to stay composed while covered in school mystery meat? I'm both impressed and jealous. You okay? Thought you couldn't eat meat. Nah. Even if I swallowed and eat, it'd take a lot more than that to really be an issue. I'll be fine. Thanks for the concern, though. Hold on. Hold on, lads. I have a possible code. This is referring to Pokemon Go. Even as he brushes off the lunchroom grime, Ben carries himself with dignity. If that had been me, this guy has some seriously quick wit. How do I... Hold on. How the fuck do I enter a code? Ah. Fuck it. Let's include this into the fucking gameplay. Why not? Because I do like me some Pokemon Go. Right. Yes! I don't want to buy any of this. But that should be already good, right? Oh, I got it. Congratulations, you redeem an offer online. Pokemon Go Sinnoh Tour. Hell yeah. Global Unlock, Ghost in the Machine. 30? Oh my god. Okay. Right. Let's see if Wani wants to start up or not. I don't think it is. Alright. Okay. Is it actually recording? It is actually recording, okay. Back to the game. This guy has some seriously quick wit. No, there's probably a little bit more to it than that. Man, I was looking forward to eating that. You know, you could eat it off the floor. Get a little bit more taste after that, you know? I wonder, did you even have that much meatloaf? That's meatloaf? Okay, you know what? Fuck it. It's meatloaf. If there's no bacon on it, I'm leaving it. I asked the cafeteria lady earlier this morning to let me have the leftovers. Wow. Although now it's gone a bit to waste. The eyes remains on the floor. Some poor janitor's going to have to mop all that up. Ah. We were just talking about some stain cleaning. Maybe. Don't even think about it. The bell signaling our next class tolls. The fist fights and gang wars cease on command, and everyone starts milling towards the exits. The cafeteria empties enough that I can clearly see that Ben-shaped meatloaf angel on the floor. There's a familiar, rubbery, and textured feeling on my fingertips. You're touching it? Why? Why the fuck are you examining it? It is not a crime scene, my guy. My instincts had kicked in, hands going for my camera to capture the moment. After which a sense of shame rolls over me. That I would even consider capturing something like this, especially when it's happening to my friend. The camera I get, but touching it? No. Capture it with your camera. It's funny. It's the big funny. I get up from my seat with a heavy sigh, and finally head for my next class. I hope Ben will have the time to clean up before photography. He's got 5 minutes. Well, this is a mess that he made. So you better fucking do it. And the page is unresponsive. Oh, there you go. On my way to photography, I'm still a bit caught up by what just happened. It's starting to rain again. I think I'm starting to see how Ben accomplished that. I mean, ordinarily, an incident that embarrassing would just be detrimental to your social standing. On my first day, I went through something like that. An event so humiliating people were spreading rumors for days. Sure, they died out pretty quick, but the fact is, it happened. One moment everything is fine, then suddenly something you couldn't have even seen coming just upends your life. Stuff like that can happen all the time, and to anyone. It's something that's always terrified me. It's something that just happened to Ben. Only, he was exempt. He was quick on his feet, and diffused the situation faster than it could have even really started. It's like disaster avoidance. I seriously think it's the most important skill one can have. To everything under control, to see trouble from a mile away, and make it a non-issue even when it takes you by surprise. That sort of social capital is something I need. Maybe it's a little selfish, but if I were seen that way then, any sudden happenings would be forgiven instantly. Of course, Ben isn't alone. The world is full of people with that skill. Only I'd be lying if I said most of them deserved it. Most people able to get away with stuff use their unique ability for just that. Getting away with stuff. What should be seen as a blessing of a social buffer is just some enabling trait of theirs. A characteristic get out of jail free card. If I had that ability, I'd use it to push myself to my limits both artistically and productively. That's my ultimate goal. Ben is one of the good ones, definitely. He's definitely earned my respect over this. The question remains though, how do I get like that? That one line of thinking is cut off as I round the next quarter. Wanted to talk to you, Olivia. Oh no, it's Mia. It's our girl Mia. And our other girl. Actually no, our girl Olivia and the other girl Mia. That's how we do that. Depop content creator is a thing. That's crazy. At the center of the hallway intersection, I see Mia and Olivia. Oh, we know those outlines. What is this all about? Ah, come the fuck on now. Olivia, don't be such a killjoy. I'm trying to be nice here. The grin on Mia's face is jovial as she stands before the wheelchair-bound girl. Her tail lazily swaying as she eyes Olivia. Man, I never realized how lethal those spikes in her tail look. After all, I have to be nice to someone as talented as Olivia, don't I? Behind her are a pair of similarly smiling Syrian girls. Actually, wait a minute. Those two. They're Mia's friends? I mean, she knows her way around a pal on campus. Right, Olivia? A paraplegic Picasso here. That's you, right? Can't imagine how useless you must feel otherwise. Real. I'm so glad you're able to put those thoughts aside and paint some things you like. Mia takes a step forward towards Olivia. Her previous expression take on a more ominous air. Yet, for all that talent and untapped potential, he seems to lack some of the basics expected of a functioning young adult. Mia's lips part, revealing a cruel grin. I hear you've been a really dirty, messy little baby, leaving your stuff everywhere in class, and getting it all over the place. Let's just stick you in a cute little bib. Hearing Lunar laugh, and jeering loudly at Olivia. Mia snaps her fingers, causing the two of them to go quiet. I still don't want to believe it. Those two, they're so nice to me. What are they doing with Mia? I know them. They're smart. I don't know about Kiara, my guy. I don't know about Kiara. They know if this is what it looks like to be horrible. And they're not the kind of people to punch down like this. Well, they are now. But they all decide to do this, right? So what's going on? Is there more to the situation? Mia takes another step forward. Her figure now looming over Olivia as she looks down with a cruel sneer on her lips. Normally, I wouldn't waste my time trying to single you out, but I'm gonna use this moment to make you get the picture. Benny was supposed to join me for lunch, but you had to stay up and clean up after your mess. You got your issues. Can't ride a bike or whatever. That's your fucking problem. Stop making a mind, Olivia. Or do I need to start being a problem for you? Yeah, does Benny look like your nanny? Well, she does come pre-packaged with a stroller. That is crazy. Come on, Mia, that's crossing the line. Not like she can stand up to you, or anyone. Why doesn't she just stand up? For real. Why doesn't every disabled people just stand up for themselves? What? I'm just chatting with Liv here. But if it did hurt your feelings, I'm really, really sorry. Kiara's beat clicks loudly and repetitively. Lunar's hand covers her maw to hide a giggle. Oh, don't take it so personally, Olivia. I'm just teasing you. Right, Liv? We're all just one big happy family here. Lord knows some of us here could use one. You're just staying here. I've just realized that. You're just looking at the situation. You're not really intervening. I mean, I know we're probably going to intervene later, but the fact that we're not intervening 5 minutes ago is crazy. I don't even know how to respond to that. I want to hear both sides of the story here. What history me and Olivia have for a confrontation like this. I think getting this upset for her missing lunches with Brent is extreme, but Mia's friends remain by her side. Completely steadfast against Olivia. Is it that bad? And yet, Olivia says nothing to her. She has her head atop the knuckles of her hand like I would during proctoring history lessons. There were moments where Olivia's tail would press into the floor, shifting her chair back or to the side. It looked like she was attempting to sidestep the conversation with that muscular tail. The Mia's own movements cut off her escaped attempts. Mia returns to calm stare. There's no emotion, but the staring contest was a fight in its own way, and the first to look away would lose. Olivia's frigid indifference against Mia's piercing gaze. Damn. Kiara ends up dropping her phone and both glare at her simultaneously. A draw. Kiara, I swear I'll kill you one of these days. Olivia takes the opportunity to move past Mia. Hey. Mia takes no time to toughen her stance and continue her spew of insults. What? Leaving so soon? No response. And so quickly. That's almost normal walking speed. I was honestly thinking, you need a cooler nickname to go with your need for speed. I'm thinking of another Hammond moment. This time from the Grand Tour. I don't know how the hell he did it. Oh wait, no. I think I know he did it. That Rimac crash. There is a time where Hammond was in a wheelchair. Yes, he had multiple accidents on Top Gear and the Grand Tour, but I think the Grand Tour crash with the Rimac thing. I think that was the only time he came with a wheelchair. Hot Wheels. I could put that in the thumbnail because there is, unironically, a wheelchair Hot Wheels. I don't know if they are making that cast anymore, but I know there is a thing. In an instant, Elise stops to a squeaking halt. Gone was her stoic face. In its place were eyes wide with shock. How the hell? Olivia's face falters. Mia quickly steps ahead again and places a foot on her left wheel. Your brain-dead Finn friend told me back in gym class. He went on about how you had it back when you were still soiling your diapers. Honestly, I think you should embrace it. So say it. Well? Are you retarded, you stupid bitch? Fucking say it. Say. God, do you need fucking speech therapy too? Say it. Hot Wheels! Hot Wheels, yeah! I knew you could do it. Kinda fitting. I agree with half of it. Olivia's claws dig into her armrests. Maybe that's the nuance. The point is that only half of it works. Real. Mia turns to look at Kiara and Lunara, eliciting some more giggling from them. I'm sure you wouldn't mind us making it cool again though, right? I mean, you're such a winner back then. Mia leans in closer, voice now harsh stage whisper as she glares daggers through Olivia. What's wrong, Hot Wheels? Don't want to talk anymore? Am I not good enough for you? Even from afar, I can tell that Olivia is starting to lose her composure. Her tail lays limp on the floor, as if the energy to hold it was drained away. And you're still standing there. Oh my god! I think this is bullying. Yeah. This blood splattered on the wall. This car in pieces. I think this is a crash. Thank you so much for identifying the situation. I never fucking knew. I don't want to believe it. But it's undeniable by now. This is textbook bullying. It's unfair. It's like when you're in line to use the restroom after hours and hours of waiting and someone cuts in front of you. I guess you can compare it. That's not the best comparison, but it's somehow a comparison that you made. Godspeed. Completely inexcusable. But you know what? That ties up the whole point. I take back all my words. Very unexcusable. Is this the part where I should step in? What do I even say? I have to at least try, right? It's my duty as a fellow student. Maybe I don't need to say anything at all. Just being present for Olivia against the Horde. And certainly wouldn't help if I got an even bigger target on my back for Mia. Olivia wrenches herself free from Mia's foot and continues down the hall. The others follow like vultures. Aw, man. I need to think and act fast. My legs move on their own and I cross into the hallway. I'm instantly noticed. Mia's already registered my presence and her expression changes. My heart starts beating quicker and harder. Time's up for being indecisive. Okay. Wait, I don't want to save over that. There you go. We could have defended Olivia, but we know that Inko does not have it's not the best speaker in general. We also know that uh he can fumble a lot, so we might get caught up into some wordplay with Mia. And not only that, Mia can punch us, unironically, or use her tail. We could get hurt in the most in general. Or we can show support for Olivia. We are good at being there. We are good at observing, not speaking first and acting later. Wait, is he? Fuck. Yes, he doesn't really act first and speak later. I think that's what I meant. I think. Or at least he's not a blabbermouth. Hmm. Also, with Olivia, she likes to stand up for herself pretty fine. Doesn't really like, help from a program uh or even help pushing herself. She doesn't need that. She does it herself. I think we're gonna show support. Defending might piss off Mia and could possibly piss off Olivia. Showing support, I think will just piss off Mia. And that's it. I don't know about the other two, Lennar and Kiara. I have no idea what the hell they're gonna do. I'm going for the bottom. As much as I want to go off on Mia and her posse, Olivia wouldn't want me to try standing up for her again. Not after how I tried to handle with Ben. Wait, what? I mean, she just left then. Well, that's true. I didn't consider that. I was considering way before that. Besides, I probably fumble the words and make myself look like a fool anyway. Exactly. So, there's really not much I can do. But what I can do is nothing. Say nothing, do nothing, just wait for Olivia to pass by. She stops a bit in confusion, but quickly remembers she's currently on the run. When she passes by, I follow down the same hallway, slowing my pace to be slightly behind her. Olivia turns to look at me with equal parts surprise and dread. I think a part of her fears that I'm about to say or do something really stupid. Instead, immediately give a warm smile. To be picked on by that many people at once, all certain they're doing no wrong, it's terrifying. In moments like this, she should know that someone's got her back. Even if I have nothing to offer, at least the playing field will be a bit less one-sided. Now that she has someone beside her. The hell? Hey, I know that jacket. And I know that bullseye for her head from a mile away. Wait, you didn't register me? Nah, whatever. The group starts falling behind us. Olivia glances over to me. What the fuck? Go away. Olivia glances over to me and returns another small smile. Well, well. If it ain't Baldy. Baldy's... Fuck, I forgot that math game. Baldy's math, whatever. Coming in to save the day or something? I don't respond. Instead, I keep my head forward and keep on walking with Olivia. That seems to catch me a bit off guard, as I can hear the gears in her mind visibly start to turn. Hey, I'm still talking to you, Hot Wheels. The sounds of shuffling boots start to gain on us. Just 'cause you have Baldy here now to protect you isn't gonna save your hide. Neither him or any of your dipshit friends. Can see Olivia's claws digging into her armrest of the nickname, but otherwise she maintains her apathetic leer. The more we walk, the more obscenities Mia keeps blurting out to try and get a rise out of either of us. This is why you don't have any real friends, you skipless salamander. Ugh. I don't know if Olivia has a plan, because I can't fully understand why she's letting Mia walk all over her like this. But I remember steadfast, and believe that she knows what she's doing. That's all I can really do. Who'd even want to be with a cripple like you? I can hear Mia laughing at her own words. Olivia, please change your mind and waste this bitch. Ah, so you got something to say now, Hot Wheels? She shrugs. Fuck. If that's how you feel, Mia. What? Olivia doesn't say anything else. She only turns around and begins to wheel herself down the hallway. For a moment, I stay in place and watch as Mia tries to process what happened. Even her posture looks confused, unsure of what to say. You really got her, Mia. Yeah, definitely showed that leathery bitch. That's crazy. The glazing is wild. The pity is epic. Mia jerks her head to her cohorts and glares at them, anchored by their pity comments. Then she stares me down with obsidian daggers in her eyes. Well, that's my cue to leave. With the grace of a headless chicken, I scrambled down the hallway to catch up with Olivia. Rounding the corner, there's no Olivia to be found. Where'd she go? I suddenly hear Lunar's voice echoing down the hall, followed closely by Mia's. Mia, what are you doing? Get back here, you fucks! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Tommy Mommy Bully's about to shred me. I don't know. Not them. Not with them. I don't think Luna or Kiara can do anything. Mia, she has the spiky tail. Let's not forget that. Dread fills me as I hear the pursuing predator's heavy footsteps approach me. I'm grabbed from behind. I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead. Ah! Whoa! Finally, I'm pulled to the side. Right into the school's elevator by the collar of my jacket. Thank you, Olivia. Very cool. Ah, thank God. It isn't Mita. She jams the key into the slot and smashes the button to the second level. As the doors close, we hear Mia roar out for us. Next time I see those two, I'll make sure that oversized cue ball has to use that wheelchair instead of hers instead. Ah. Very, very lovely. Thankfully, the elevator doors close shut, and the car jerks upwards before making its ascent. Never knew I'd feel grateful. Oh, there she is. There she is. Hold up. Hold up. Just too late. Ha. I never knew I'd feel grateful to be in this death trap. It doesn't look too bad. It might be slow, but it looks fine. Just slow. And there's the certificate. We did see it was like very old. But lots of coffee stains and aging. But that's fine for me. If it works, it works. As I catch the breath I had unknowingly held, my eyes align with a pair of silver serpentine eyes. I appreciate what you did for me back there. I'm surprised. Not sure what to say back, really. Instead, I smile back and nod. In return, she gives me a half smile before recomposing herself. You should, roll with me in the elevator now. How come? Well, you've just become enemies with her. If she sees you, you'll be a wad of gum under her boot. Oh, joy. What a joyous day. You've become an enemy to someone. Yeah, your best bet is just to avoid her now. This way you stay out of the hallways. Or, just give her a small kiss. Mwah. Like an angel's kiss. I appreciate it. Don't mention it. Wait, the elevator will stop Mia from beating the snot out of me and the entire rest of the school? Yes. Okay, yes. Absolute yes. We hear the small electronic bing of the elevator and the doors slide open. Ah, history. Can we at least learn about World War II? Or at least Pol Pot. History class is as bland as it usually is. Proclin continues prattling about some sort of historical event. But most of my attention is on Olivia. She has her hoodie over her head, looks lost in thought. That altercation must have shaken her up more than I thought it would be. A part of me wants to ask if she'll be okay. Even though I'd already asked her 3 times. But the last thing I want to do is prod at her. Soon enough, class nears its end. Thank God. And Olivia uses her accommodation to leave the class early. Besides, we can talk about it after school if she wants to. Anyways. The more I think about it, the more I realize that I had my first real confrontation with a bully at a school. I had heard once that when you get into a fight for the first time, you throw up from the adrenaline. No fists were thrown, but I feel about the same right now. I wring my hands together and to try steadying them. Jeez, I'm a wuss. I stood up to Mia with Olivia, and I end up with this mess. The final class ends, and I'm set free for the day. Godspeed. Oh, and a bit of anger. Stepping out of St. Hammond's and main entrance, I'm surprised to see my friends huddled together in a tightly knit group. I usually don't see any of them after school. I always assume they left as soon as the bell rang. Hey guys, what's going on? Inko! Damien looks exceptionally worried as he glances at me. Inko, you believe me, right? Pardon? Olivia's nostrils flare with an exasperated snort. I didn't mean for any of that to happen. What's the matter, Damien? Fuck. When Mia When Mia asked about that nickname stuff from so long ago, I just blurted out. She didn't say she'd use it for something so unscrupulous. But you were with Mia for like all this high school career or whatever. Assuming you both came in as freshmen. Even if you didn't really talk to her a lot, you probably should have at least seen a bit of altercations with her. Maybe at the very least seen some cues that she would not do, or she wouldn't use her private information well, I guess, for good things. I'm ashamed it took me more than a moment to figure out what was happening. I guess Damon feels culpable for what Mia said, but why? You don't know what that word means. Who cares? Inko, really? I didn't mean any of that to happen. Hey, I believe you, man. Your heart was in the right place. Ugh. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I had eaten breakfast just 4 hours ago, and I still burped. Olivia told us what happened with Mia, calling her with some nickname. Damien leans over, and unresponsive Olivia hands Brandon's supplication. She said you were there too. I was, yeah. Olivia, you loved that nickname way back when you were kids. Damien's words were dismissed with a roll of her smoky eyes. You really didn't mean it, Olivia. I know already. For split section, she damn. Words. For a split second, she bore a row upon row of sharp teeth before gnashing her maw in frustration. Olivia's nostrils flare with a puff of hot breath again, and I could practically see everything from her day finally weigh on her. You were just being you again, Damien. Sometimes I wish you weren't, but whatever. There's a grittiness to her voice once more, but she continues on. She holds her canteen up to her lips, but drops it immediately. Empty again. The grit in her voice is back, but she presses on. And a nickname is just that. A nickname. I don't want to hear it again. Especially from her. And especially if it's just trying to get under my skin. Olivia stares at Damien for a while before breaking contact to glance at Liz and I. Why not? I'm sorry, yeah. Got some friends stuff to have to tend to. Let's continue. Why not? What? Did I just say that? Why did I just ask that? It just kinda came out. Inko, you silly goober. You silly M&M. Liz noticed Damien still organizing his thoughts. Seeing as neither of the others are going to answer coherently, she sighs. Well, I wasn't around for this, but... when they were freshmen in middle school? Interesting terminology. Freshmen for middle schoolers? Damien and Olivia would take the bus every weekend to an arcade in the city. I guess he came up with the nickname around then, and it stuck. That's half right, but I didn't come up with it. I'd brought a chunk of change for us to play stuff with each other. I match on just about anything. There was a quarter, probably still is. I fucking wish. Most of it is just digital, and it's $1 to play. And if it's not that, it's gonna be like credits, and probably need like $20 to at least have a good time. Probably like good 10 minutes of good time, I mean. That's how it is in Desertland, at least. Desertland, Orlando specifically. But I don't think I won even once. Once she stood to win something, it's like a switch went off in her head. I've never seen Olivia get like that. Some of the teenagers were watching too. They saw everything. A couple challenged her once I ran out of cash, and sure enough, she ended up clearing house all afternoon. It was all she talked about at school all week until we could go back for more. Only took like a month for her to be recognized as some local champion. Sometime along the way, people started calling her Hot Wheels. Don't remember really who or when. I do know it's proof she's got that fire in her. Wow, yeah, that's... someone left. I had fun back then. I guess I forgot I wasn't supposed to bring it up. Have things really changed that much? And you did. Again. Damien hisses to himself. Sorry. Just can't help yourself. But you're right, that was the best time of my life. The name Hot Wheels belongs to 10-year-old me, not current me. Hey, that's a great story. To be recognized so well that you got a cool nickname? I don't know about cool, but a nickname nonetheless. It sounds amazing, being a champion, being a winner. Why all the disdain for the title? I'm not. What? I'm not a winner anymore. Because you don't go to the arcade anymore? It's the one I'm thinking of. It's only like half of an hour away. Olivia looks at Liz as... Olivia looks at Liz like she just recommended everyone watch the newest Netflix anime. I think the only one people really like, other than Cyberpunk, Edge Runners, definitely the Castlevania anime. Probably like the first season Black Clover, possibly. Oh wait, no, Baki's on there, right? I think Baki is pretty good. I only watched the first season of the new one with the prisoner arc. I know there's the Chinese tournament arc and I think another one after that, another arc after that, but yeah, Baki's pretty good. The old one is pretty nice as well. Has some edgy stuff, but yeah. Actually, it's I think Pickle's now animated, right? That's right after the Chinese tournament, is it? I don't know. I don't know if Pickle actually did the thing with the reporter, let's just say that. Well, this story's anything to go by. I'd like to see you be a winner again. Oh, yes. I would like to see you be a winner. Olivia's breath seems to hitch for a moment. I'm pretty sure these guys want to see it too. Damon's the one that dragged you to our lunch table all this time, right? Look at him. He's nearly kneeled over because he's afraid of losing that part of you. And Liz? I think I'd like to see why you and Damien were really close friends. Sorry for the long pauses. I just have some snot I have to clear out. And you don't want to hear those noises. Yeah. And just as quickly as I gained the bravado to speak up, my words left me immediately. The thing I accidentally put Olivia on the spot there. Whoops. Well, your tail rolls along the ground in a bit of contemplation. You guys really care about that much, or really care that much about it, I wouldn't mind it from you guys. All at once, Damon lights up. Yes! Alright, Hot Wheels is back! You guys now refers to Liz and Inko. Haha. Damon's shoulders drop for a moment, but he quickly recovers. Hey, if you're getting the name out again, we should go visit the arcade together sometime. I'd rather not. Okay then, how about a better name like... Death Roll? What a name. Olivia swings her tail around to trip him, but he's fast enough to jump over it. Damon's words flat out as he contemplates new nicknames for Olivia, trying to appease her. Many of which are shot down by her or leave Liz and I chuckling. Gradually, our giggles died down, and the four of us chatted a bit more about the day in general. Eventually, Damien and Liz headed their respective ways, with Olivia deciding to stick around. Most of the school has filtered out to their various homebound rides or to their after-school activities, leaving Olivia and I all alone. Hey, I'll roll with you. Really? I mean, I don't mind, of course. It's nothing. Housing is only a few blocks away, anyway. Besides, I'm sure anyone would beat you up and take your lunch money if I didn't. Ah, okay. Thank you for making me feel weak. There's plenty of time to make it to the next train, so the two of us take it easy. Sun finally managed to break through the autumn clouds, making the walk almost unseasonably warm. Man, but the last day of summer was a few weeks ago. It was. I don't mind it staying warmer longer, though. Feels pretty great to me. Olivia gives her chair an extra hard push, letting herself lie by unaided for long enough to stretch out her arms to bask in the sunlight. I might have figured you'd like the heat. On what? Because I'm a dino? No, not like that. I'm just playing. Relax. You're pretty touchy and that stuff, aren't you? The two of us finally make it to the train platform, nestled as it is off the main street. I can see the train a few blocks away. Our one walk timed up with its arrival perfectly. I just think it's important to be educated is all. Even if you're what, the only human at our school? Olivia flashes me a cheeky grin as my train pulls up. I've got to admit, but her mischievous nature is a little infectious. As the train doors open, I leave Olivia with one final jab, something I knew she'd appreciate. Hey, whatever you say, Hot Wheels. I nearly dodge out of the way of her slashing claws, stepping smartly into the train as the doors close. Inko, you son of a bitch! Get back here! Ha! If only you could stand up. As the doors ding shut behind me, I can see an irate and still blushing Olivia waving her fist as the train begins to pull away. Epic Mr. Bean holiday moment. Still giggling, I managed to squeeze myself into a seat next to a yellow-scaled woman, smelling faintly of hot dogs? Fuck, that's definitely a Snoop Game reference. What was her name, though? I'm pretty sure she had a name. I want to say it's with an H, but I'm not totally sure. You know, I might pay for that comment later. But the look on her face was totally worth it. As the school year progresses, the days start to feel like they're moving along much faster. Fuck it. A part of it may be the change of the season, however slight that change may be. Hey, back to the train again. Let's go. While the calendar says it's officially fall, the only thing I've really noted was the increasing number of clouds in the day. Better safe than sorry, though, which is why I brought my fancy compact carbon fiber umbrella. Still, things have started to be routine for me in the mornings. Wake up, throw on my clothes, consider eating breakfast before realizing I'd wrecked my stomach. Walk to the station with a featherlight umbrella in hand. Ah, and would you know that it's Mr. Ferris. His big ass. I end up having another chat with Mr. Ferris on the ride to school. Hello, Mr. Nito. How are you this morning? Doing fine, sir, thank you. And how are you? I'm doing well. So, my niece told me over the weekend that you and Olivia were in a predicament of sort. Yeah. Olivia was being picked on by someone, but it's not a problem anymore. Well, I see. Well, that's unfortunate to hear. And strange, considering the substantial funding the school gets for anti-student harassment programs. You think that shit fucking works, my guy? You really honestly think that shit works? What good is all that tux money if classmates are still ragging on each other? I mean, ragging is... For some, it's how they mess with each other. With some, it's just straight up bullying. It just depends on the person. If it means anything, Olivia knows how to handle herself. I was there to support her. That's fine, but the issue is the sort of thing shouldn't be happening to begin with. Ahem. That aside, Liz has gone somewhat enthusiastic recently regarding Olivia. She's surprised at how animated she's gotten. Ever since that get-together at Randall's place, I think. I'd wagered you had something to do with it, no? Yeah, maybe a little. Yeah, it was certainly rocky in the beginning, but we've been warming up to each other. It's nice seeing a different side of her, even if it's brief. I don't know, can I take credit for that? We all have unique chances to make a change, Ingo. If you're good at grasping them, that in itself is something to be proud of. I don't know, how do you know it's really a chance to do anything? Let's out a deep, reverberating chuckle. Well, to flip our usual script and let you in on an old phrase, a friend of mine once told me, if you see a fork in the road, take it. Yeah? Thanks, Mr. Ferris. Very cool. Yeah. I guess once you see a chance, go for it. Basically. Like my mornings, the school days have become a routine as well. Slave through PE with Damien, see Olivia's new doodles and sketches in art class, watch Liz lose her mind tutoring Damien at lunch, talk shop with Ben. Shop? Like Photoshop? Or just regular talk? I don't know. Thou know. Thou know. Fuck. Though now, I have to avoid Mia like the plague, because she's surely out to kill me. I can't believe, though, got me in a big of a predicament with my tongue. All said, I think St. Habit has been my best school experience out of... Man, I've lost count of how often I've moved. Did you go to Volcano High? Actually, no, I don't think so. Probably Anna would have seen. Must be the fresh head trauma. As for today... Oh, hey! Ooh! Yeah. Yeah. We like this. I like this a lot. I don't think we got an image yet. If we don't get an image throughout this whole episode, I'll just fucking use this. It's been raining pretty often recently. Just like today, except it's just mainly drizzle. And it's been drizzling throughout the whole morning. So, Coach Sully made us play more dodgeball in the gym. Mia was definitely gunning for me with the way she launched him at me with the speed of a catapult. I risked in Anakin's class, popping my spine against the curve of my chair. Apparently today is a short day because of some assembly, so the period will end much earlier than usual. It also means we got most of the period to slack off. Do homework. Do homework. I glance at the desk next to me in the hopes of catching Olivia's latest artistic masterpiece when I notice she's not drawing, instead only fidgeting. Hey Olivia, you seem a bit nervous. Everything alright? Oh, yeah. Sorry, it's just that I've been hearing rumors that the school's shared drive might have been corrupted? Wait, really? Yeah, really. How would something like that happen? Not sure, but I'm scared it might have messed with the art contest submissions. It could have. It could also compromise. I don't know what assets the school would have in a school database, but there might be something valuable there. I don't know. I think you should check your own entry on the website, just to make sure it's okay. Technology, don't fail me now. With urgency, I take out my phone, type in the school's website. Fast fingers lead me to the art contest tab. Can this loading bar go any slower? Finally, the page loads in and... Oh. Looks like the submissions have been closed. What? I hold the phone up for Olivia to show her the page. The submissions have been closed since voting started last week. Oh. Sheesh, I thought Mr. Anakin had spooked me, but Olivia's all seized up. Well, that's quite reassuring. With the submissions closed, there's no chance of any hacker messing with them. Olivia doesn't seem convinced, still drumming her fingers on her desk. Hopefully she'll feel loads better with the preliminary winners are revealed. Speaking of which, when are we? As the bell sounds, the class begins to pack their things, and Anakin corrals everyone into a single file line. Alright, everybody. You have an assigned row, so stick together. Before I join the rest of the line, I look back at Olivia, who seems to be stalling. Come on, I'll walk with you. It seems to stir something in her. She glances up to me while hastily shoving a notebook in her bag. Yeah, I'm coming. As we head out the door, I notice Olivia shuffling her hoodie a lot. Ah, yes. It definitely reminded me of my high school auditorium. With all the acoustics and stuff. Even the screen, being on the left and right side of the auditorium. The format. It's not a long walk to the auditorium, despite Anakin's best attempts. Most of the class splinters off to sit with their friends. Hell yeah! Having expected this, he shrugs and makes his way over to the back of the auditorium, where the other teachers are. Olivia and I are left to the struggling crowd, trying to filter into the cramped theater of the school. It's going to be difficult finding some seats. It's fine. I have a spot. Olivia wheels herself down the pathway, to which I follow suit. She heads down the aisle until we're at the first row of seats. There's a vacant spot where typical seat would be with a faded handicap sign. Olivia parks her chair into the empty spot, to which I take the seat next to her. Best seats in the house, right? Can't complain. As the hall fills with more students, my anticipation rises. Oh man, I can hardly wait for the announcements. So, do you think I have a chance? Damn, okay. Huh? Oh, maybe. Photography isn't super popular, but... Okay. Olivia folds her hands on her lap, staring straight ahead as her voice trails off. I knew that, but I'm still hopeful. Hey guys! Wow, wait. I have to remind myself that this is normal. Hey, Liz. Can't believe it's finally here. Gosh, I'm so excited. Me too. By the way, where's Damien? Hey, guys! I'm over here. Damien's in the far back of the auditorium, yelling, waving his hands in the air to catch our attention. He's going to get in trouble for that, with his poker face. Thrilled, sit down. Damien immediately stops and takes a seat. With tempered expectations, both sit in silence for just a few minutes before Principal Scalar walks on stage and taps in the standing microphone. Okay, everyone, got a whole bunch of important announcements to make, so I'll make them quick so we can have all an early lunch. This auditorium. It doesn't look so comfortable compared to mine. It does look similar in format, like I said, but the seats just look too thin. I don't know, man. As soon as the idea of going for an early lunch is brought up by Principal Scalar, the entire room goes as silent as vigil. I guess when it comes to an early lunch, it's serious business. Ah, Olivia. Over the next 15 minutes, Principal Scalar goes over important events coming up in the school year. Most I would consider standard things, like pep rallies for the sports teams, or bake sales to fundraise for upcoming field trips. And even something about new clubs being formed, such as the Japanese Animation Appropriation Society. I don't know if that's supposed to be a pun in AP or if that's actually a typo. I'm going to say it's actually done on purpose. Not the best. Okay, yes. Not the best acronym if I had to say. Wait, hold up. Let's see how the acronym goes. JAAPS. JAPS. I don't think really anyone really calls each other Japs. I haven't even heard it since that one commercial against Trump. Apparently he said Japs. I don't know. I don't really care about it. Even though I'm Filipino. It's okay. I win. Me Filipino. Me beat Japan 10 million times. Otherwise, it's all mostly boring housekeeping stuff when one got right down to it. I almost wonder why such announcements weren't warranted in assembly when the mood suddenly shifts with Scalar's next big announcement. Now that we had got the main stuff out of the way, I saved the best announcement for last. St. Hammond is proud to announce 5 semi-finalists for the annual Fresh Start Art Contest. Cheers and applause roar, loud enough to make my ears ring. Yet I'd be lying if I said I also wasn't excited for the reveal of true... bloody hell. Yet I'd be lying if I said I wasn't excited for the reveal of just who had made it to the semifinals. Maybe I was giving myself a bit too much credit, but I really wanted to be among those semifinalists. I can almost taste victory, in fact. I turn to face Olivia and prepare to cheer alongside her. I'm stopped in my tracks when I notice that, unlike the rest of her peers, Olivia seemed to be uneasy about the prospect. Is she said that she's not participating yet? Almost scared even. Before I ask Olivia why her sudden change in mood, Scalar continues with her next words, cutting my train of thought off. And here we have the 5 semi-finalists. The pieces of the 5 skillful students who had beaten all the other competitors came up, followed by the names of victors right above them. Alas, I see no photography submission in sight. At least I gave it a shot, right? Aw, man. I didn't make it in. Liz's neck droops down like a melancholy noodle. I can't help but feel pity for the bummed-out Bronchosaurus. Bzz, bzz. Check my phone, I see. Tell Liz to come back here, bro. Ah, Damon. You fucking body checker? Oh, nice. I'm sure Damon's got that handled. Despite my sullied mood, I look back to the semi-final winners. I can't help but be amazed by them. Each artwork is impressive in their own right. Their colors blending wonderfully, and figures beautifully designed. It's easy to see why these were voted as the winners. The last one especially catches my eye. The scenic landscape with the setting sun looks stunning. If not for the slight stylization of the skyline and fantastical color palette, it could have probably passed off as a real photograph with some filters pasted over it. Interesting. Interesting flags that I'm getting. I'm no art critic yet, but if I were, I'd label it as a masterpiece and easily the best out of all of them. Let's give our winners a big round of applause. The auditorium fills with the usual kind of clapping one would expect in an event like this. Polite with an underlying tone of disinterest, though one person felt compelled to constantly make a piercingly high whistle. Of course, there's that one fucker. We will be displaying the winners' art pieces in room 237. You're welcome to view them during lunch and after school today. Oh, neato. Principal Scaler continues the rest of the assembly, announcing other events for the school and other minor reminders. Behind me, I see the teachers start psyching themselves up for the Herculean task of getting some 200 hungry dinosaur teenagers out of the room and towards lunch without getting anyone killed. Principal Scaler finishes and waves back to them and to signal it's time. Alright, we're going to start our journey to lunch. You all know how this goes. So no just going for the exit. Beginning in the first row, we're the first to get out. With the exception of Olivia. I'll follow behind Olivia until we make it to the hall. Hey, Olivia. She stops and turns a bit. Jeez, is she still anxious about the size thing earlier? She looks a little pale. I wanted to check out the winning paintings a bit more. Want to come along? She considers for a moment. No, go on without me. I need to use the restroom. Alright, I'll see you at the lunch table then. Olivia nods and starts down the hall, following the flow of students towards the lunchroom. Let's see. The principal said it was room 237. First thing I noticed walking into the classroom is the amount of people checking out the gallery. While I didn't expect it to be filled to the brim with eager students, there's a decent amount of people here. About a baker's dozen or so. Maybe more will come when they finish up their lunches. Well, I'm here now. Let's take a look at the lucky winners. The pieces are all set on easels in the back of the classroom. Some desks and chairs are moved closer to the front to give each one its own space. One by one, I take a moment to give each canvas a thorough review. The auditorium screen really didn't give the art justice, because now I can really take in the detail of each one by being up close. The color palettes, the brushwork, the subtle nuances. Yeah, I can definitely see all of them having a good shot at getting first prize. But now it's time to see the one I've been eager to look at since it was first shown. Okay. Yeah, that's a landscape, alright. I don't know what to feel about it. From what I can recall from Mr. Anakin's lessons, it's made by acrylics. Made with acrylics. Explaining why the colors of it seem more vibrant. Oh, excuse me. Astounded in defiance to the other paintings in the contest, most of which were either violently absurdist or meaningless, or muted still lifes of ordinary objects. It's a meadow of mystifying colors, the organic lines drawing the view deeper into the piece. And I feel as though this would be a place I'd wake up to within a fantastical dream. There's no rigid structure or forced metaphors here. Just a fantastical merger of creative expressionism and real-world beauty. I feel my fingers itching for the familiar weight of my DSLR. This is a piece that I want to immortalize in my portfolio. It's hands down the winner of the contest in my eyes. I simply must find out who made this. Looks like this breathtaking show of artistic talent was made by semifinalist winner. Oh! Yeah, okay. Incognito. 12th grade. Yeah, that's a problem. Yeah. Yeah, that is a problem. Ah, Incognito. I'm glad you swung by. Looks like you're admiring the art contest entries. I told you that St. Hammond's artistic programs are unparalleled. That's not mine. Right to the point. I love that. Punctual. What's not yours? I try to say more, but the words won't leave my mouth. Ben's eye followed to the bottom of the painting in front of me, and watch as he makes the same realization as I do. Inko, you didn't... Did you paint this? I had no idea your style was so developed. So humble. If I had known... That's not my entry. It's not? No, mine was a photograph. But what's your name doing on this one? Might be some kind of mistake. A million scenarios come to mind. That they must have got the wrong name somehow. If they did, I think the real artist would have come forward by now. Then the submission website must have been hacked or broken. Our school checks for stuff like that. If it was, we would have known by now. Then, Inko, you sure you didn't submit somebody else's piece by accident? Of course I did. Why would I do something like that? So I can, I don't know, get easy money, nigga? So I can actually win something? Inko, gotta think, this is a high school. People not only want money, they want pussy. They want clout. At least there are people like that. And they're the opposite of that. There are people opposite of that. They just want to go by. You can't just see yourself in the unbothered category and see that the unbothered category is the only category. That is a bit silly. It's a bit silly to think that that's the only thing. You gotta think of it as the whole. People want clout, exposure. Come on, man. You're the only one who can log into your account and go. Suddenly, everything stops. My account. Did somebody? Look, relax, alright? We can get this sorted out. Just don't panic. Ben lowers his voice. But Inko, just to be clear. What? You didn't just get a bit of extra help, right? Ben looks at me through the edge of his glasses, eye to eye. There's some real stakes into the contest. Cheating is taken seriously. Especially fraud. The words echo around inside me. Fraud. Makes my bones chill. Inko. You can just go into modern art. Paint a square. Or maybe paint a square and then put a fence. called modern art. There's ingenuine, faker, liar. They're all bad in different ways. I mean, people call modern art that, and yet the artist makes I don't know how much money, thousands at the very least, maybe in millions. Cause fuck it. Fraud is just dripping with frigid condemnation. Of regular humans, yes. No, I swear, I submitted a photograph. Ben relaxes his shoulders. Alright, just making sure. Sorry to alarm you. It's perturbing how he can go from deadly serious to jovial like a flipped switch. You going to be alright? Sorry, I need some air. Hey, feel free. I'll let Scalar know, okay? Yeah, thanks, Ben. No problem. Take it easy. Ben offers me an earnest smile, waving at me as he steps out of the room and down the hall. After some time, I follow him, stumbling down the hall as I try to make sense of what just happened. I thought everybody actually liked my photography, but they all thought I was some kind of expert painter instead. I don't even know how to express it. I feel empty. I thought maybe my hard work was finally paying off, but kinda get it. I get it. Don't get me twisted. Thinking your work gets recognized only to find out it's not even yours. The fact that you could possibly be a fraud or put false fraud charges on you. I get it. But you can be a modern artist. Put a banana in a museum. Or let's be original. Put a pomegranate. Or no. A plantain. People will know the difference. But you might just eat it. People will put it on Instagram. It's alright. I submitted the right entry, so what happened? Did somebody change it? And if so, how? It's such a good piece, too. What even is there to be gained by putting my name on it? Buddy, someone wants you to catch a crime. They want your name a bit dirty, let's just say. I wandered aimlessly through the halls. The thought of missing lunch passed through my mind, but there's a different sort of emptiness pervading my stomach. I was gonna say, the fact that you wandered to school by missing lunch and also somehow not getting called out by a teacher is crazy, but that has happened to me multiple times in my old high school. It is kind of funny. Why is this rattling me like it is? Man, it's not like I'm in trouble or anything. Ben's helping me sort this out. I mean, it's Ben. He's supposed to help you out. I'm at a loss of what even to think of right now. Oh, crap. Olivia mentioned something about server issues before. I couldn't see my submission, but was it just that? Maybe Olivia was right to be worried. Well, duh. Why else would she be so nervous? Aimless walking leads me outside the principal's office in the gala. There's that one cityscape painting from the start of school year. The very first painting I ever saw here, and still one of the best. A vibrant cityscape that morphs the rigid structure of urban planning into a soft and inviting utopia. As a view from the eyes of a child. The sky above the city is beautiful, a beautiful shade of crimson, with radiant clouds clustered along its length. If the art contest submission was the best painting I've ever seen, then this one comes close. I can only imagine the accolades she must have gotten for painting this back then. You know, for a while I got to have that experience. I got to step into the shoes of an artist much better than myself. Maybe that was the intent? All the praise, approval, everything I've been wanting. Just for a while. It was given an anonymous... It was given by an anonymous stranger. Whoever that might be. Actually, this gives me a bit of an idea. Texting again. If I'm clever, and Olivia's up for it, this can be a cool way to get her to show off her painting more. Why? Everyone would like that. Maybe that's what she needs. I could act as, like, a personal publisher for her so she doesn't have to deal with people. Huh. Wait a second. What? Appeal down the empty hallway. I need to find Olivia. She couldn't possibly... But why me? That... Now that I think about it, that painting was also kind of free-flowing, I guess you can call it. Not rigid. You can tell it's a meadow with a mountain, but it's not exactly strict with how the grass looks, how the mountain looks, how the sky looks. Kind of like the city landscape that he just described. Why would she? Thinking about it only increases my worries and desperation to find who I hope to rapture Jesus isn't the culprit. I haphazardly check all the places where Olivia could be. I can't find her anywhere. I hunt for the Baryon... What? Baryonkus. Baryonkus? How the fuck do I pronounce that? Who made that word? Where is he and how the hell is he alive? Or is he dead? And where's his grave? My hunt for Barney leads me to the second floor of the atrium. It feels like there's a lead brick in the pit of my stomach as I internalize my current situation. The soft pattering of rain hitting the windows grabs my attention to see a gloom-covered Belvedere outside. My eyes wander along the school's pathway, covered in mud thanks to the earlier rainfall. Wait a minute. Those look like tracks in the mud. At least you got animated rain. I burst through the main entrance doors, and I'm met with the feeling of droplets hitting my head. Outside, a dark overcast has rolled in. The forecast calls for on and off rain during the day, but pretty gnarly clouds. Makes it look almost dusk around. Crap, what am I wasting my time for? Follow the trail with urgency, fearing that the rain will wash it away. Looks like it goes down the whole pathway. I ignore my clothes becoming progressively damp, and the water collecting on my shades. Eventually, I round a curve that leads to the bridge, and I see a distressing item at its end. Oh no. Lads. Wait, why the fuck are you here, though? What are you trying to do? What is this rally stage bullshit? I mean, it's not even... yeah, it's not paid, but... Even for a dirt track, there's... It doesn't even look even. Like not trails, Actually, yeah, you can compare it to a nature trail. It's not smooth gravel. It's rough. It's like, the backwoods of Georgia. As if we're in the Alcalomea, whatever mountains I went to. It's a wheelchair. On its side, Olivia's wheelchair. Empty of the occupant, toppled on its side. A new fear grips at me, born from the mental imagery provided by the sight. Those cruel thoughts push me up the steps further, faster than humanly possible, even as my rational mind tries to reassure me. Running across the deck, her breath is caught in my throat when I reach the middle. She's on the ground, head slumped down. There's damage and soaked school supplies scattered all over the walkway. Oh God. Is she okay? Why are you here, though? What happened? A foot shifts, trying to force me closer. Slowly her head lifts up to the sound of my shoes squelching on the floor. Inko? Your tear-stained eyes stare at me with a dead expression. Her voice sounds weak. Olivia. I feel like I can breathe again. Slowly, Olivia pushes herself up, and I know she's lying atop a pile of paper shreddings. Shreddings? The feeling of relief slowly fades away, and I remember just why I was looking for her. We stay silent, only staring at each other as the rain continues to bear down on us. She simply sits there, letting herself grow more and more soaked from the rain. Do you want to talk? I think she needs more than a talking, my guy. No, not in the open. I grab my compact umbrella from my backpack and unfurl it. Doesn't dry Olivia off, but at least she's not getting any more soaked. The umbrella is placed between us and the elements against the ledge, forming a personal canopy above us. Here, now we're alone. There's space next to Olivia to take a seat. It's odd. We sat together before, but sitting on the ground in the rain? The room is just a bit claustrophobic. There's bits of paper melted into the pavement, soaked by rain. Don't see it. Though torn apart and waterlogged, I can sort of make it out. A tree. A rough sketch of one anyway. Like the one that stood prominently in my false submission. There was a tree in that one? I didn't see it. So you did it. Nico, please, I can explain. I didn't have a choice. What? I know what I did was wrong, but I didn't have any other way. It wasn't a choice to not trick me? She avoids looking at me, focusing on the scraps of paper scattered about the floor like confetti. It wasn't to trick you, I just... I get it, you're mad at me. I'm not mad. I'm just confused. I thought we were good friends. I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't expecting you. She pauses to give her throat some respite. The usual water bottle isn't anywhere nearby. Can you at least get it for her? A shaky breath escapes her mouth. When you came around, I thought you were no different than the others. That you were some self-centered, pretentious midwit who only cares about his image. That's when I got the idea of using you to swap out your art with mine. You didn't seem like the kind of person who cared about how he gets in the... You didn't seem like the kind of person who cared about how he gets the attention from others. Just that he gets it. Her description of my character feels really reductive, but the ache in my chest tells me it hits a little too close to home. But that's not what I think of you now. Anakin's the person I can trust. So when he went to bat for you, saying we made good friends, I was worried. What's so special about this guy? I honestly just got scared he'd be wrong. That you'd just be like everyone else, and I'd be setting myself up for failure. But worse than that, Inko. I was afraid he'd be right, and I had to face what I'd done to myself. And now I've gone and done something like this. Switching my contest entry? She nods, swallowing hard. So... Wait, so... She only did that to give me a confidence boost? And, thoughts that I would actually like it, and I was just basically everyone else? Cloud Tracer? Hmm. Is that it? I feel like there's more sinister reasoning about her doing that. She nods, swallowing hard. I wasn't thinking. Suddenly, everything was out of balance. Everything I created, all my work, all my own little world, was suddenly changing, and I had no control of it. I just had to do something. I didn't know I was doing that. I'm sorry. She stops to process my words and continues. I knew I'd get caught. It's stupid. I was hoping for it even. Someone to figure out that it was swapped so it would be changed and someone would be none the wiser. God damn you. She turns to face me with silver eyes, welled with tears. I'm sorry. Please don't hate me. I just don't want to go back to being the person I used to be. The person who didn't care about hurting you. Her head tilts downward, with a violent hitch of breath. Ivory claws extend and grip at her knees. In a painful display of, and yet Olivia chokes back any sound she'd make. Her body shudders with every heavy breath from her. I realized that every last defensive barrier she had was completely gone. Olivia's laid herself bare, leaving only the crying girl desperately trying to silence her pitiful tears. Ah, damn. Here we go, overwrite that. This is definitely a route flag. Like a point thing. We could press on her, but I don't know. Yep, okay. We could press on her. But I think we already know, I think we already have the information that we have. Basically, giving us some clout, us getting elated from it, and then possibly us having that taken away from us, and her getting the last laugh. I think that's information we already know. And this one, this one's just more sympathetic, the bottom option. I'm gonna go with this. Faced with those unbidded words from Olivia, I'd have to be a heartless bastard to do anything but accept her apology. It's clear that the guilt had been rotting at her conscience ever since. What she did was wrong, no doubt about it. But then again, thinking of her circumstances, how can I blame her? How could anyone? I'm getting hungry. Continuing, I probably would have ended up having to do some... Wait, hold up. Probably would have ended up having to do the same thing to her shoes. At this point, Olivia's put herself through enough stress as is. If there's one thing she needs to hear right now, it's that I forgive her. I don't hate you, Olivia. You don't? No, I don't. I won't lie, I've definitely felt hurt when I first found out. But the fact that you're willing to admit your mistakes shows that you're growing as a person. Exactly. I'm really glad to hear that we're friends. It's refreshing to hear her say it. I was worried that she was only putting up with me. Olivia seems understandably puzzled over my lack of anger towards her. I figured you'd be more upset. Is this just your pity? So, I don't want it. It's not pity, Olivia. I'm accepting your apology. I don't want you to feel guilty about it. The sooner we can put this all behind us, yeah, the better. But I can tell you're a good person, so don't worry about it, alright? I offer her my best smile. Olivia slowly nods. When you put it that way, I guess. But still, truth be told, I deserve to fail, to actually face consequences. I'm such a fucking fraud. All over a damn painting. Olivia, you did what you thought you had to do, and you're saying sorry for the consequences. That's all that matters. Now scooch closer to Olivia. Huh? That was you taking action in a way I never would have guessed. Crime of passion, I think it's called. Probably wrong, but she gets the idea. The world runs on those. You don't need to change. I don't think you did anything wrong. Oh. I feel like that could be a mistake. She leans her head against the wall of the railing before looking at me with a half smile. Thanks. You're right. I'm just throwing everything away like an idiot. I'm just scared. I'm here with you. I coax the rest of the tired grin from her. She looks down at the shredded papers again. After that, after everything was said and done, things became real quiet. Beneath the solace of my umbrella, we relaxed together. At least until Olivia begins shifting uncomfortably. I sit and watch as she takes her calves and shifts them to her side with one hand. Her tail comes around and presses into the paper-filled floor before her, keeping her upright as she starts to lean forward. Finally, with the strength of her tail and one arm, Olivia lifts her hips from the floor and swings her shins fully beneath her. She smiles as she kneels over me. Just going to sit there? Crap, I guess I was gawking stupidly. It's just so fascinating, seeing the girl maneuver herself in these odd yet well-practiced ways. I'm kind of jealous. Actually, I wish I had a tail to do some of these things she could. Press my hands down on the floor and push myself up. I don't know why. I thought I had thought to stand, but instead I shifted myself to a kneeling position too. We're face to face now. Another picture, boys. Another picture. Sadly, it's not a picture of Mia. God damn. For a split second, I feared the worst as Olivia drew me into a hug. I don't know what she would do, but this... I like this. For how strong her arms are, how they're wrapped around my chest feels exceptionally tender. My own arms have enveloped her, returning the embrace in a similarly soft way. As the arms loosen, I draw back, though I don't want to take my hands off her. That was... nice. Don't make it weird. Sorry about that. Through the sound of rainfall hitting the umbrella, my ears suddenly pick up the noise of what looks like... squeaking? I look down and see that there's something shuffling in Olivia's pocket. Whoa! Whoa. Got a pet mouse? A little beast emerges from its hiding spot with a squeaky yawn, to which Olivia offers her hand for it to use as a platform. Hey, little guy. Nearly forgot about you. Had a nice nap? That's a rat. Oh, it's a rat. Okay. Alright. You two haven't met each other. Inko, this is guts. Oof. When will I ever get to Berserk? Whenever I get over GTA 4. Guts, meet Inko. Oh, hi, Guts. Awkwardly wave at the apprehensive-looking rodents. You wave at the rodents. Okay. Another lovely picture. Olivia lifts Gus to her shoulder gracefully, like her hand is an elevator for him. You brought him to school? Well, yeah. I just really need him today since, you know, all the crap that's happened. She gives Gus a few stitches under his chin. I bring him sometimes when things get rough. And nobody noticed. You haven't. Touché. Anakin did, once. He just told me to not let him run around to school. Otherwise he would be considered a health hazard or something. The tardy bell rings out in the distance. We're late for our next classes. I'm sure Anakin will understand. We should probably get back to class. Here, hold this. I give Olivia the umbrella so she and the rat can stay dry while I go fetch the wheelchair. By now it's settled some into the mud. This wheelchair has definitely seen better days. After dusting off the dirt and pulling water the best I can, I make my way back. Ah, sitting on that will be depressing. Thanks. She offers the umbrella back, but makes sure to hold it above her. I keep the wheelchair steady with one hand as Olivia climbs to the seat, using her tail to help herself up. Ooh. I don't know if I'll use this one. This one's still nice, though. Her eyes look a little more sky blue, in the light at least. We stand in the rain in silence for a moment, only sharing content glances. So what do we do about the contest now? That's a good question. No one was there when I saw my name on the painting. He already went to tell someone. So like you said, no harm, no foul. What about your own submission? I ruined it. I scratched the back of my head. You wouldn't have won anyway. It's just a picture. Oh. That was pretty okay. Hearing those words from Olivia sends a strange flash of heat to my face. It's not unpleasant, but again, those honest words from her really do cut through me for some reason. Thanks. A loud squeak draws my eyes to Guts as he stands atop Olivia's shoulder. You too? A wry smile stretches across Olivia's face. I think it means Guts is saying it's actually so-so. Hey! Cut him some slack, Guts. Or, cut him some slack. Guts didn't have any time to make anything for the contest. He's got some high standards. Yep, that's why I've gotten so good. The sheer absurdity of it. I don't know which of us broke first, but our laughter fills the air, heard only by us as the rainfall cuts off all other noise. So, now what? I don't know. I don't want to go yet. Still pretty worn out. Worn out. A smile crosses my face as a wicked idea comes to mind. Well, too bad. Huh? I'll walk around behind Olivia, grinning like a mad idiot. Inko? What are you doing? Inko? Inko! Her head tries to follow me as I stand right behind her chair. I figured that pushing a chair around is really tiring, so how about I help you out? Olivia blushes and looks away. Fine, but just for today. Returning to campus was certainly awkward. Passers-by showed us looks. It's not the most common scene to see a girl in a wheelchair just roll on and sopping wet and tracking in mud. More likely, though, it was because said girl had taken to using my umbrella to hide herself from those looks. She was already extremely red in her face. It was a conundrum. Drop the umbrella and let people see her? Or keep it up and draw more attention? I shall name it the Nito theorem. She's gonna kill me if I ever attempt to publish it. Aside from the rain, how muddy are you gonna be? 'Cause I feel like you will just get sent home. If there is a serious amount of mud on you. But making our way back to Olivia's current class, she simply shook her still concealed head. I didn't really have much of a choice. From all that I knew of the girl, her last classes were all in the upper levels. And she was in possession of the elevator key. And I was in possession of the weakest knees here in St. Hammond. At least according to Coach Sully. So I wheeled her to my current photography class. On the way over, she keeps bending her head back to peek at me. Like she's making sure I'm still there. Knocking on this closed door, the Pterosaur professor didn't even bat an eye at the poorly hidden girl. He simply stepped aside and let us through. Ben was looking our way, but I chose to pay him no mind. After everything I heard, Olivia didn't even register he was there. She simply rolled herself to the back of the classroom and threw a door into what I always guessed was Anakin's supply closet. You know what? I'm an idiot. It's a dark room, isn't it? The stares of my other classmates abated thankfully as our teacher continued his lecture. Taking my own seat, I focused on Anakin. As much as I could, at least. My muddled thoughts kept me distracted the whole period. Just before the bell rings, Anakin stares me dead in the eye. He points a stern finger directly at me, and to the floor to signal, "You, stay." Once everyone else has left, oh god. He closes the class door and locks it. So, care to explain? Explain, sir. She opens the door in the back and signals Olivia to come out. The mud, okay, so there's mud. The mud, the drenched clothes, declaration of sanctuary? I was having a bad day. She's looking a bit better. Still drained, but she's not shivering. Rat sits on her lap, and Anakin extends a finger down to scratch under its chin. I can see that. He takes a seat against a nearby desk and waves a hand for Olivia to go on. When she doesn't, he shifts his hand to me. I look between the two of them. Mr. Anakin's expectant leer. And Olivia's pleading eyes. Ultimately, I shook my head in the negative. I just helped Olivia get out of the rain. Of course. He slouches further atop the desk. Can I offer you some other time? Can I tell you some other time, I mean, damn. Sure. Whatever it was, looks like you've recovered pretty well. Olivia doesn't answer verbally, instead giving him a bashful smile and a nod. Was it about your work again? Yeah. Oh, this girl. He turns to me and points his thumb at her. You know, the work she's so concerned about absolutely wrecks the grading curve in my class. For the sake of the other students, I had to put a limit on extra credit assignments. Really? There's a... Is that a red jay? no longer raining. So it's nice to see outside my window. Anyways, yeah, never before would I even consider such a restraint. Why punish someone for working too hard? I would think to myself. Then 4 years ago, this little green goblin comes rolling into my class. Half a semester and more than a few angry calls from her parents later, my hands were tied. Young lady simply does too dang much. Elvie smiles, but doesn't look up from her pet. Was that much better than all the other students? Well, no, I don't grade by technique. If I did, you'd be in big trouble, Nico. Olivia's work was very good even then, but the main thing I admire is how motivated she can be. I haven't seen someone so enthused to just paint in years. Certainly, haven't seen anyone so enthused I had to change the rules like that. You were worried it'd stop me. Was I? That definitely sounds like me. But it didn't stop you, not even a little. Heck, that year even got me to see some things differently. Ow. Jesus. I don't think I ever did anything like that. You did when you came in class after class or came in class after the... Ah, Jesus. You did when you came in after class the Friday before Mother's Day. Take a look at this. I'm handed the quill pen, and first thing I notice is how soft the feather portion is. It's the special pen you always use. It's actually from my wife. Whoa. Inspecting it closer, I can now see more of the intricate details. From the faded engravings on the shank, to the maintained but worn points. It's well made and kept, yet the feather and brass showed its age. She came in that afternoon with a whole stack of crumpled painting drafts, so frustrated that she couldn't get it right, and so determined to make it perfect. I say, any of these would be great. Your aunt would love any of those. And she fires back. If it's not good enough for me, why would it be good enough for someone I love? I did not have an answer. So I tell her to take a step back. Take a few hours to go over fundamentals once more, and send her home to try getting it right over the weekend. And come Monday she returns and hugs me first thing. That Friday night, though, what she said was on my mind. I talked about it all night with my wife. Then that morning I decided to make a change for myself. My wife was molting at the time, so there was always a new feather or three in our blankets each morning. I took the biggest one, preserved it right, got a bit of help to make it into a real pen. That's cool. Though just making it work, I think, is one hell of a task in itself, let alone putting ink in it. And I've used it ever since. It helps me remember to do my job right, for the people I care about, and for the people my students care about. I think what it was, it's that childlike reasoning that comes so naturally for the youth. That reasoning. It makes it a type of innocent, earnest dedication, something I think I'd lost for a while. Don't give me too much credit. You haven't lost it, have you? Good. Don't lose it for me, okay? Okay. Anakin yawns and stretches. You feel alright to go to your next class? Yes, I'm ready. Great. He claps a hand over my back. You should do this again sometime. Mr. Anakin ushers us out of his classroom as the late bell thrills, handing us a note he'd rapidly scrawled on. Mrs. Brockling didn't seem enthused to see us come in late, but sighed as she read the late note from Anakin. As I took my usual spot, I felt something odd in the corner of my eye. Looking up, it was to see Olivia looking my way, with that smile on her face. Woman that spoke many words. Yeah, I couldn't figure out what. Ah, my fucking toe. Ah, that hurts real bad. All I can do, in turn, was try to match it, by focusing on Mrs. Brockling's latest lecture. As more time passes, the art contest fades into the background. Last week I had a scare when Principal Scaler called me to her office. I feared that they figured out what Olivia did and assumed I was part of it, just as she predicted. Luckily, that wasn't the case. Instead, she wanted to inform me that they had no leads as to who could have done the swap, and since it was tampered, it'd be removed from the contest. No skin off my back, honestly. As compensation, she gave me one of the runner-up prizes. A coupon for some pizza from some Italian restaurant called Dynamo's. We love Snoot Game. We love Snoot Game. If only we can see some Snoot Game characters, but even if there's no characters, or we see characters that aren't basically ripped off of Goodbye Volcano High, I think there'd still be problems, wouldn't there? Some type of problem. Not the biggest pizza fan, and not a bad price to get after all of this. Saving it for a rainy day. The red chase back! It's just there. However, I found myself in a conundrum of my own doing. My peers' concerns about my entry were resolved, but I hadn't accounted for the new questions about my portfolio. My paint portfolio. The few times I showed them my photography work, they'd be mildly impressed at best. They were never upfront about it either. No, so I got the runaround. Oh yeah, these are nice, Inko. Not bad, but about what you did for the contest? Can't even be mad about it, since it's just another misunderstanding. An unintended lie. From my side of things. But then I had a thought. What if it wasn't a lie? What if I was actually good at painting? And after working at it for the past month? Yeah, no, I can't unscrew this. Yeah, you tried at least. For the past 3 weeks I've been staying after school, making use of one of the club rooms to practice. Senpai. What is it? I'm thinking of Nagatoro now, and Senpai. I don't remember what his name is, though. I do want to date this again. I'm pretty sure the latest chapter for the Nagatoro manga, is that they actually are together, like he proposed, to be boyfriend and girlfriend. So, I think that's the latest chapter at least. Shinko, did you listen to any of the tips I gave you? Using everything I had at my disposal, namely the textbooks for Mr. Anakin, and how-to tutorials online, I'd stay as late as possible trying to get to the same level of skill level as Olivia. Jesus. And as I stare at the horrid acrylic monstrosity before me, I could do nothing but weep at my own inadequacy. Not actually weep, but squinting at the Lovecraftian horror before me, and I can maybe see a little progress drowning in the madness of the excess painting. Olivia had made good on her promise to teach me around the time I asked Mr. Anakin to borrow the keys to the spare room. Well, I memorized all of her teachings down to the letter. What am I even looking at? Are you trying an abstract sort of thing here? It was an attempt at a self-portrait, actually. Could probably post it online and some rich asshole would buy it. Yes! Yes! Absolutely. Is that good? No, never trust the opinions of people on the internet. Real. Learned that the hard way. After a brief period of awkward silence, I let myself collapse on the stool behind me and toss off the only apron in frustration. At this rate, I'm going to be a double fraud or something. A crack? Ah, nice. I don't even have the energy to get angry. It looks better now, at least. How did Olivia get so good at this? Olivia, please. You gotta have some actual advice for me. She quietly hums to herself, slipping away a notebook she had splayed across her lap into a nearby bag. Well, when I want to draw, it's usually because I got something in my mind. What, like inspiration? Kinda. More so that I just envisioned something. I want to put that on a canvas. A muse then? Oh, whoa, what? Hold on. Muse, I don't really get it, but... The door of the studio flies open, and Damien quickly storms inside. Inko, Olivia, are you guys here? He takes heavy breaths as his vision darts around the room. After a moment of surprise, I raise my arm to catch his attention. Damien? What's wrong? The hyperactive Dilophosaurus spots me, taking a final breath before jogging over. Guys, I need to ask you something. What? Is everything alright? Is something happening? I can't help but panic. I've never seen Damon this flustered. Do you want to come to the arcade with me and Liz? Is that it? Yeah, that's what I said. God damn you, Damien. Wait, when was this decided? I thought something bad had happened. Nope, just asking. Liz already has the car prepped and everything. Oh. Probably should have expected that, but still. How do you know we were here? I didn't. I just kept opening doors until I found you two. I've been at it for a while, actually. Damien's eyes dart to the canvas that lies on the floor next to me. You working on your next masterpiece? Painting sideways is probably one of your trade secrets, huh? Olivia hides her snicker with her hand. Don't worry, I won't tell a soul. Yeah, that's right. Don't tell anyone. I lean down to pick up the canvas and place it upright. Deciding to remove the ugly painting and place it in the corner of the room to dry. And away? How about it? To the arcade? The olive Barbie fidgets her brow. The olive Barbie fidgets. Her brow lowered in contemplation as she considers the question. The arcade? Huh. It's not like I have had any other plans today. Sure, why not? Alright, let's go. But wait, don't just... Well, bye. You fucker. Inko, Olivia, there you are. Damien was taking so long to get you, so I was about to come find you myself. This time, both Damien and I are wheezing for air. Despite Olivia's protests and hesitation, Damien had wasted no time in grabbing her by the handlebars and sprinting for the exit. I had chased after them. All the while, Olivia screamed like a banshee as she was pushed through the hallway in that breakneck pace. Pace. Jesus. Yeah. Take a deep breath and stand upright. Olivia's claws have dug into her armrest. She's definitely trying to kill Damien with her glare, which she happily ignores. Why didn't you just message me or something? I wanted to, but didn't want to ruin your concentration, man. So instead, you kicked the art room door open? Yep. Liz had the good grace to look embarrassed on Damien's behalf. Yeah, but yeah, gave you a little bit of extra time, right? Been staying late for forever now. Can't hide the wins. It hadn't occurred to me that more people would notice. Ah, relax. Not like you're the only one. Right. Yeah, sometimes need to stay behind for student council and club meetings. Right, sure. So, come on, the car's in the student section. The Dino Duo start toward the student parking lot, heading towards a rather old but well-kept sedan. Olivia grumbles silently to herself, but follows nonetheless. Come on, dude. It'll take a few minutes to get Olivia in, and then 30 to get to the arcade. It won't take like long, damn it. Olivia huffs and wheels herself to the passenger side, opening the door for herself. Do you need any? It's fine. To punctuate her statement, Olivia uses her strong arms to lift herself on her armrests. Then, with more grace than I thought possible from the all-skilled girl, she manages to flop down on the passenger seat. 10 out of 10. John Shaw would be proud. I stare at the abandoned chair, wondering where to put it. I got room in the trunk, Inko. Clunk. The trunk lid pops up, with a heavy thunk to punctuate that. It takes me more time than I'd like to admit to figure out how to undo the locks to actually collapse the chair. But once it's done, I'm able to slide into the spacious storage area easily. Damien had already hopped through the window of the front passenger seat by the time I'm done, as if he'd practiced the maneuver. Clack, clack, clack. I simply opened the door behind Liz's seat and watched as a pile of soda cans empty onto the pavement below. Ah, sorry, those are from this morning. I just toss them in the back seat when I'm done. Surprised Liz doesn't make you use a bag. I do. It even pulls up an overflowing plastic bag as if it were a trophy. Why haven't you tossed all those bottles out already? Saving them for a project about recycling. Plus, I'm also going to use a couple of them for a sculpture. Saves me the trouble of going out and finding aluminum. And I get to drink as much soda as I want. I don't really say anything as Damon scoops out the rest of the cans from the floor of the car and puts them in a new bag, which he then stuffs in the car's trunk before giving me and Olivia a thumbs up. Alright dudes, we're good to go. Hey. I nod and slink into the semi-clean seat. My hand searches for the buckle of the seatbelt and brushes against something warm and soft. There's tiny gas next to me, and the comfortable mystery in my hand is yanked away. Huh? I look to Olivia, her hand held to her chest. Her green face has a scarlet tinge, and her mirror-shade eyes glare holes through my head. You okay? The emerald-scaled girl turns her maw from me. I stifle a mystery chuckle at that. The warmth from my palms fades, however, and leaves my hand feeling lost. Alright, all the safety checks are done. Oh my. You have to do all that. I witnessed a squirrel on my window. Lovely. Liz gets in the driver's seat and grips the steering wheel. Outside, she's craning her neck to check on the mirrors and tires. Wait, Liz drives with her head sticking out the window? Liz pokes her head in. What's that? Her neck snakes inside and coils around the hook at the middle of the car. And with practiced motion, her neck continually coils till her head sits on top of the neck roll, as if no different from someone putting on shoes. Kinda looks like a giant scale-covered scarf. There's even still enough space for her to see the windows and check behind her. Inko? Huh? Oh, it wasn't anything important. Alright. But, the city, right? Actually, been wanting to see a bit more up close. On Anakin's class. Do you know how much gas money it burned through to make a detour around here? What? No? Oh. Okay, thank you, Damien. Good, cause neither do I. Let's do it. Hey, what? No. Barely have enough as is. The view on the way's fine. I'm looking forward to it as well. You sure? Yeah, I'll point out some stuff I remember along the way. You're my tour guide now. Don't make me change my mind. Glad that's settled. Everyone buckled in, right? Liz pulls away from the school parking lot, starting down the opposite direction I've always entered and exited. Weird to think, but the edge of my world was as close as a right turn out of my own school. Then again, I still haven't been living here long. Anybody want a station? I don't think I've ever listened to the radio here either. Liz and Olivia hardly seem to glance in Damon's direction as well. Suit yourselves. Within the span of a few seconds, the natural ambience of the road is replaced with the loud sound of decades-old rock music, sending vibrations throughout the car and everybody in it. Just as fast as it comes, however, it stops as Lois haphazardly yanks the volume knob counterclockwise, toning the music down to a bearable level. Damien frowns for a moment, but he doesn't seem to contest her decision. Bzart. What the? I turn off all the notification stuff, except for messages and calls. Between all the people I messaged, there's only one who isn't inside the car. Checking the screen, I see... Any song request, man? Seriously? I don't know, Damien. As long as it's not twangy country music. Sure, sure. Wait, you've been texting? How long? Yeah, since like the first week of school. What the heck, dude? Let me see your phone. Ended over open on the contact creation page. She taps the first few numbers and pauses. Then sheepishly yanks her phone from her coat pocket. She doesn't know her own number? Olivia finishes tapping her number in and hands it back. She's entered herself as Livelong. Huh, sounds vaguely oriental. Bzz. Test. Confirmed. Yep, got it. Bzz. Epic. That was uncalled for. That's why I sent it. She giggles at her own joke, and despite being the butt of it, the mood in the car is too high to hold it against her. Before long, the dense scenery forestry starts giving way to more urban developments. More and more decorative palm trees start dotting the paths as well. The silhouette of the city getting closer when we approach one of those spaghetti junctions leading up to it. We love American architecture, don't we? The result of decades of poor infrastructure decisions, multi-million-dollar projects promising to fix all the traffic if they just build one more overpass. Olivia is paying close attention to her phone. She scrolls lazily through some forum. What's so funny? Oh, Nothing. Hey, Lizard Lounge? Oh boy, you still browsing that, Olivia? Yeah? What is it? Don't tell him. It's this weird, exclusionary chat room. They only allow dinosaur women. Men and, rather specifically, human men are banned. Racial segregation? Hell yeah. Let me show you once. The people on it are really weird. Already as weird as the people on my favorite Mongolian basket weaving forum. Or Reddit. Humans are banned? You weren't supposed to tell them. That's the last safe house for us on the internet. I think there's probably better places for that online for you to associate with. Tell me about the racial segregation. It's not that. It's just how it has to be for our safety. Some dino girl can be doing anything at all. There's always at least 3 guys in the comments saying she looks like... Don't say it. They also really bring down the quality of the site. Look, it's explained that the rules that humans have 1/5 of the attention span of dinos. Liz groans while Olivia shows me her phone. The graph is blurred to hell and I can't make out most of the text. The bit crunches. Sublime. I don't know how to feel about all this. What's not to get, Inko? Think about it. You're in history class. It sucks, so you just remember, wait a minute, I'm a human, and stop listening. I wish I could do that. According to Lady Hitler, you can. It's just a funny group of women like me. Lay off, let me have it. You don't believe that stuff though, do you? Not really. It's just the rules of the place, right? Okay. Olivia sticks the phone back in her pocket with a huff. Was the ride to the arcade always this long? I think we're about 20 minutes away from the arcade still. Don't worry, Inko. The water fountains are integrated. Shut up! Demon cackles to himself. Alright, hope the place still sells those hot dogs for just $1. Costco. We love Costco. So I'm pretty sure it's $1.50, but still, it hasn't moved, if I'm correct. And I forgot the exact quotes. I think it was the CEO himself. I think it was like he will kill someone if someone tries to change it. I think that is somewhat a summation of his words. And you know what? Bless his heart. He's one of the good ones, boys. There's no way anyone, anywhere, sells hot dogs for $1 anymore. Yeah, but they did. There's no indoor, or not indoor, in-game universe version of Costco. That's lame. Yeah, but they did. It was great. Olivia and I would save our lunch money to just go here instead of after class. I don't think I'd trust it, even if it were still that cheap, honestly. You know, the American mentality, $1 hot dog. That's just our vaccination shot. If your stomach dies after that, that's on you. You ate a dog off the floor once. That's different? It is not different. It is not different. Damon fills the air with old tales of his and Olivia's adventures in the arcade. She'd occasionally chime in to correct him on whatever over-embellishment. Even as the last remnants of suburbia melt away and skyscrapers overtake our view of the outside world. Finally, I'm in the big city. I think it's a great place to end it, too.
Here either.
Yoda's in a meth-induced coma.
He's always in a drug-induced coma. The only reason he switches drugs so often is to avoid tolerance. and ensure he can keep getting into drug-induced comas. Doesn't stop him bouncing around like a pinball when it's time to
Look, it's
fight.
Count Dooku.